Hi, this is Logan with Blue Collar Prepping. When I went over heating via alternative means indoors, I mentioned having a good smoke and CO detector because a lot of your alternative heating methods generate carbon monoxide and that'll kill you and you won't even see it coming. It's not a good thing to have happen. We hear about it every winter out here. Somebody's tried to heat themselves up doing something off of the prescribed methods of heating yourself. Ends up dying or taking the whole family with them, and that's just not something I want to hear from any of our listeners. So, when I mentioned a CO detector, and it's actually time to replace mine. Mine's due, and I had a separate smoke and CO detector in the house. Decided to go with a combination unit. It's a little simpler, they work pretty well, and it's updated sensors from when we installed them almost a decade ago. So, my smoke detector in the house, I installed one. We bought the house 8 years ago. I installed one shortly after we bought the house. Same with the CO detector. So they've upgraded the sensors a little bit over what they used to be. And they've got these combination units that are quite good. And it's an all-in-one. So we're mounting two different things and figuring out what's going off and mounting them in the right spot. Two brands to look for. Kid, which is the one I got here, or First Alert. Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, everybody sells them. Those are the two big brands on the consumer market. Commercially, there's some other stuff that we use, but that's monitoring and tied in. These are what you want as owning your home. This particular unit cost me about $35. There's some fancier ones that go up to about $50. You can sometimes get them for $20 or $25. They're all about the same level. They're all pretty good. They got different feature sets and that. This one happens to have a voice alert in it. It tells me if it's detecting smoke, CO, or if it has a low battery. So I don't have to try and interpret what the random beeping in my hallway means, because everybody's had that problem. Some of the more expensive kids have a 10-year sealed battery. You don't have to charge or anything, and mine happened to be a 10-year unit, and we're at about year 8. And I could probably go for a couple more years on it, but I wanted the combination unit, and we're doing some work in that area, so it was time for an upgrade. I happen to like the battery-operated kind as opposed to the hardwired kind, because it means I don't have to try and find a circuit and install a box and all that. I just install it in the ceiling where I want a smoke detector, and I've got a smoke detector there. I just change out the batteries twice a year. When you change your clocks, you change your batteries. Son of a firefighter, it kind of got drilled into me for a couple of decades. Now, where do you want to put your smoke detector and CO detectors? Every floor of your home should have one. I live in a one-story house, so I need one because I got a one-story house. Now, if you have bedrooms, you need them in each area that has a bedroom. So if you have bedrooms on opposite ends of your home, if I've got a bedroom over here and a bedroom over here, each of those areas needs a detector. For us, all of our bedrooms are in one hallway. I can put it central in that hallway, and that pretty much covers all of those. That's less a matter of detecting smoke and more a matter of waking you up at night and making sure that you're not getting choked out when you're asleep and not noticing things. It's nice, it's less detection and more alert for that. If your kitchen is away from your living quarters, you'd probably want one in the kitchen as well, because a lot of fires start in the kitchen. Open flame, things you put on an electric burner that overheat and burn, lots of things in the kitchen can start a fire. So it's a common place to start a fire. That's one where you're looking for detection more than alert. It also tells you when dinner's a little over ready in the house when it's growing up sometimes. Now, in a garage, you may want just a CO detector or just a heat detector. Cars running in an enclosed space generate carbon monoxide. That's a good thing to have. I don't mind having a smoke detector in the garage, honestly. If you spend a lot of time out there doing tasks that can cause a fire or CO. This one happens to be going in the center of the hall, right behind the wall I'm sitting against, because that'll pretty much span all of our bedrooms and would alert anyone sleeping in any of those rooms that they need to wake up. These are incredibly simple to install. There's 2 holes in the back, 2 screws and anchors in your ceiling. You put it up, and it's there. You want to make sure that you are at least 1 foot away from the corner of the wall, where the wall comes up and meets the ceiling like that. You want to be at least 1 foot away from the wall and at the highest point in your ceiling, or within 1 foot of the highest point of your ceiling to be technically correct. So if you got a big vaulted ceiling, it goes way up at the top because smoke rises and you want to be where the smoke is first. You don't have to wait for that smoke to come settle down to your detector. And if you're too close to a wall, the smoke will run up and it can curl off of the wall and actually bypass your detector because it'll create a little void there in the corner that can still be fresh air. It's not great air, but it's not smoky enough to set off the alarm. So, a foot away from the wall, within a foot of the high point of any room that you put one in, and change your batteries twice a year when you change your clocks. So November and March, just an easy time to remember.